just a general reading. 3 oracle decks. Won't look at that yet, so I put them to the side as normal. And we'll look at those at the end of the reading. There's another one hopping. And this one. So we've got Energy Oracle cards by Sandra and Taylor. Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light. And also, which other deck's that? Super Attractor, Gabriella Bernstein. And I'm going to use these giant cards. Don't always use them. Maybe we need a bit of extra energy or something. And still waiting for my overhead camera to arrive. Got a bit of a cold. First one out. Oh, appropriately. 4 of Swords. Ten of Wands. Oh my goodness. 8 of Swords. Switch off now. A few. Page of Pentacles. The Fool, thankfully. Eight of Cups. The Chariot. Things are revving up a little bit. That's a relief. 10 of Pentacles. What's coming up? A 4 of Pentacles in reverse. 7 of Swords came up the other day. And 2 more. 4 of Cups reverse. Knight of Swords upright. So I want you to see these laid down as they are. There they are. Okie doke. So, what we're saying is you're probably needing a little bit of rest. Maybe you've got a cold like I have. Maybe you've just been through some illness. Maybe you are just exhausted from working so hard, which is probably the likely thing because we've got the 10 of Wands there. Showing you've got a few burdens. Maybe there's a few extra things that you're having to deal with or you've had to deal with recently. And it is leaving you a little bit stuck, feeling trapped. The 8 of Swords there, you can see she can't see where to go. She thinks she's stuck within all these swords, but of course she has a gap here. And what she's not seeing is that she is not as tightly bound as she believed she is. And if she took the blindfold off, she would clearly be able to see a way forward. So perhaps you have just become a little bit overburdened by things. You're feeling a little bit more restricted. But What's interesting is that you may have just been presented or about to be presented with an offer. And it could be this is sitting with you at the moment and you're weighing up, do I take this offer? Do I not take it? Or, you know, you're going to take it, but you think it's not very much. It's not enough to cover what you need. I mean, there's not many pentacles on here. It could actually be you haven't got very much money. But I think it's more, you know, someone's offering you something. It could be a job role. It could be, you know, something else that's looking insignificant. But the thing is with pentacles is they are all about your materialistic needs. So it can be money, it can be where you get your money from, it can be things coming from other people, it can be gifts, it can be as simple as someone saying, oh, look, here's some groceries, and that's sort of helping you through the week sort of thing. And with pentacles, especially the page, it's the very beginning of something, and that often turns into something much more substantial. And we've got reason to believe that it will be something more substantial because we've got the Fool card here. And the Fool is about having some faith. You don't need to always know where you're going. I mean, if you're a Capricorn like I am, you probably want a plan. But if you don't have one, and you're just following that inner joy, really let the joy lead you where you're going, then you are going to be able to trust your path just from knowing your internal compass. This little dog here often stands for loyalty, and I think that you've got somebody around you that's very supportive. And I'm also getting that actually you can trust yourself a lot more than you think. So if you've got a few naysayers, or you're getting advice and it doesn't sit right with you and you don't know which way to go, and somebody's telling you something seems quite logical and you think, oh, I should follow that, but something is not sitting right with you, you need to follow that. You've got everything. I'm being drawn to his little bag of goodies that he's got on his little, I don't know what they're called, little stick there. I think he just believes that everything's going to be okay. So out of this time, and I had a bit of this the other reading, out of this time of burden, a few extra burdens, maybe feeling you haven't quite got enough, you are moving out towards the missing element. And we've got the Eight of Cups, where they are going in search of that eighth cup. Now, what's interesting with the Eight of Cups is they're off looking for it. But as I said, you've probably got everything you need, because the Eight of Cups there looks like there's a cup missing. It seems like there's a cup missing, but if you count them up, there are in fact 8. So although you often use that card in the fact that somebody's going to look, it could be that your concerns about what's missing, what you don't have enough of, where these burdens are coming from, is probably not quite as bad as it feels at the moment. And you need to retain that childlike energy and momentum to keep you hopeful and trusting your inner guidance, not the fears that are coming up. We've got the Chariot here. So soon, very soon, we're going to start seeing this energy coming in. And I've spoken about it before. It's a longer term, 18 months, 2 years energy. The Chariot is a major arcana. So it's something very big and fundamental that is about to be started at very least, if we're going to use the Pentacle to guide us there. But it's about willpower. It's a fated energy. It's very powerful. It's very momentous, if that's a word. And this is setting you up for this Ten of Pentacles that keeps recurring, if not in the Ten of Pentacles format, in other energies. But the Ten of Pentacles is about a legacy. It's about inheritance. It's about what you build for your family. We see this little white dog again, staying, recognizing those people that are supportive of you, that are loyal to you, that stick by you, and really staying with that group. It doesn't have to be a big group. You can see here there's multi-generations, there's a bit of wisdom from the elder, and they are in a very good position. Now that pentacle, Ten of Pentacles, came under this Page of Pentacles. So what you're doing now is you are starting something. You're beginning the process of something that is going to lead you to a fair bit of material stability. So you might go back through your thoughts of what you've been going through, the stress that's been caused, all the responsibilities you've been juggling. You might be overcoming health issues because that rest was right at the beginning. And it can seem very onerous when you are doing that. So what have we got to look forward to on this initially gloomy reading? The Four of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So try not to worry. Try not to hold on to resources. This is going to be a bit counterproductive or counterintuitive, And you're going to feel like, oh, I don't have enough. I haven't got enough time. I haven't got enough money. I haven't got enough, energy to give. And you're going to feel that you really need to defend those things, your energy, your time, your money, your health. And you might want to just keep them. And of course, do save a little bit, do rest a little bit, do monitor where you're directing your energy, but balance it with not being too insular, too frugal, too, let me just stay inside, grinchy, as it's that season. Just kind of find the balance where you are resting enough but staying sociable with the people that matter. Saving enough but still putting into your business, your home, not making people go without, but finding a midway balance, etc. So you're gonna find that, really have this juggling energy where you're like, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to put this energy. Am I investing or am I wasting my resources? What am I studying? Is this a pointless end? So is this a pointless amount of energy going into studying? What is the outcome going to be? It doesn't necessarily have to have an outcome, but it does need to benefit you. So if you're enjoying that course of study, but you're not sure where it's going to go, that's fine. The Fool is there to sort of reinforce that. Take a bit of, if you enjoy it, that's what the yellow's there for. If you enjoy it, you love it, you want to keep doing it, great. Put all the time you can into that, whilst you still keep some back for yourself or the things that you need in life, your job, your children, your dog. And have a look. So there was quite a big emphasis there on that Four of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have this 5. It's not great. So if you're, maybe because you're juggling so much, maybe because you've been feeling a bit burned out or you're a bit poorly, maybe you're at the end of your sort of tether a little bit and you feel like you're on a straw, but just be careful where you direct that negative energy, because there's always a bit of fallout. Stand up for what you need, but make sure, this card means make sure what you're fighting for is worth it. So ask yourself before you start an argument or you're in the middle of one, is this worth it? Because this is a little bit of friction here. And people, great if you're getting rid of people that don't need to be in your life, but not so great if you're upsetting and pushing away those of us that are loyal to, loyal to us. The last two cards we've got is the Four, another Four reversed of Cups. So this Page of Pentacles that's coming to you, it may have been around. You may have just been dismissing it and thinking, oh, that's not that. What's the point of me doing that? It's not really going to give me back very much, etc. But I think you're going to start seeing maybe there is a little bit of value to that. Actually, maybe I have been ignoring it. Maybe it is worth me doing that. Because when you notice this thing that's arriving or this offer and you appreciate it and you're grateful for it, that is one of the things that's going to lead towards this Ten of Pentacles, for sure. It's something you're ignoring. It's something that you're just thinking it's really not enough. But we all have to start somewhere. And Page of Pentacles is followed by the Knight of Pentacles, who puts in the groundwork. So this is the pre-stage of putting in the groundwork to something, to relationships, to, this is not really a relationship reading, but we are unable to isolate our relationships from what goes on in life anyway. So they're always integral to, to how we live. But we're putting in the beginning parts of something that over the next 2 years is going to be really important. This is a really important week. I think December is in general. I think if you listen to other readings, they will probably echo it. And then finally, we've got the Knight of Swords. It's action. It's hastiness. But I'm not feeling the haste. I'm just feeling that, oh, now I see what I've got to take notice of. Now I see that this Page of Pentacles may lead to something bigger. And you are going to take action, and you're going to be very thought orientated. You're going to be very focused about it, and it's going to be a lot of mental stimulation. So that is the 12 cards there. Normally I have a deck out for clarification, and for some reason I do not. I mean, last time I didn't use the deck, and this time I'm going to just have a look. I mean, I think this is just a general energy reading for life in general, about where your energy's going, how you're putting it, and not to overlook some small things that actually could be very good for your future in the next couple of years. And I'm just going to say what extra advice there might be. Oh, that's helpful, not? The Lovers. So big decisions, big choices. You need to be clear, but I think you are going to be clear about this once you start, once you see this thing, once you notice it, the thing that you've overlooked that you thought is not that important. Yes, Death in reverse. So you're currently holding on to the past cycle. You're not really seeing and connecting how this offer is going to change your future. You're a little bit resistant. And I don't think it's because you don't want the change. I think it's because you do not have enough faith. You're not using the full energy. You're not trusting. You may be doubting what can come of it. But something for sure is coming of it. And what's the final advice card for that? Of course it is. The Magician. Wow. You couldn't really get anything better than that to end such a, you know, to give you hope for a period that might be a little bit tricky, that may feel like you're wading through, you know, treacle. And because the Magician manifests, they create from the small Page of Pentacles that's going to be a bigger legacy. It's going to like create a very stable financial environment for your family, for yourself. You're going to start seeing the opportunities that you're overlooking, or the opportunities that you have, and you are going to put together all the tools that you've got from your training, from your life experience, from new resources that might be coming in that you think that's not very much, but actually I could put it towards this, and do you know what, I can create something pretty good from that. So that helped me close that reading off. It felt like it was a little bit in limbo, so that's really helped there. And I'm going to look at these 3 oracle cards that we had a look at, and the first one is the Energy Oracle, and it's the journey, which reminds me of the Fool. So we are starting this new phase. We do need to have faith. We do need to trust that, you know, not only do we internally know where we're going, but we also have that hidden element of energy from the universe or source or God, whatever you want to believe in, that's supporting us. And I really like that little light, which is like the lantern in The Hermit. And that I wanted to zoom in there and have a look at her carrying her. I think it is a lantern she's carrying. That is this continued inner guidance. So when you're getting that little bit of doubt and you're thinking, oh, this is not enough, or I don't know enough, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to get there, but you're triggered by, you know, a bit of passion or a bit of joy, or you're just enjoying what you're doing, you know, you're doing something that's appealing to you, but you don't know where it's going to lead, just trust it is going to lead somewhere. That's a double confirmation there. Then we've got Brigid, which is inner strength. It says move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power. So that's connected with the Magician that we've just pulled. This goddess is like the Strength card. So repeating again that you do have everything you need. You do need to not let go of that power. I see she's holding this little fire thing. So again, holding on to the things that make you happy, that you enjoy. Don't be distracted by the crazy idea that you can only have a life where the work burdens you because you kind of feel like you're putting in that effort. There are other ways to live that have become satisfying, and I really feel that this reading is about you tapping into that and trusting, not having a knee-jerk reaction like, oh my goodness, I need to earn more money now. If you can just save a little, put the resources at somewhere else where you need, put in the energy, rest a little, care for your health, still doing something. It's a little bit of a balance there about what you're doing. Not stop completely, not have a, you know, big pause, not give up, just keep going, but balancing it. It's really important, this balancing action, because soon you're going to be really ready to step forward. You're going to get so many ideas and you're going to start taking action on them. And the final card is from the Super Attractor deck, and it's the universe powerfully responds the instant I realign with love. So another confirmation that you knew what's best for you. You understand. You need to tap in to those things that bring you joy and take mini steps, because the small steps you're seeing are really going to start paving out the future. So that is it. And, you know, I can see it's quite tiring. I think a lot of us can feel this this energy at the moment. My little boy woke up this morning and said, "Why are we getting up in the dark? It's the night time." So we're going through the darkest bit of the month, or the year really, but we've only got a few weeks before the nights start drawing out. So if you're feeling a bit tired, you're feeling a bit resourceless, just know, like winter, like December, this is all going to come to an end soon, and we should be able to have our new things to look forward to, or, you know, that continuation of our projects or our dreams. All right. Thanks very much. See you next time.